Hey, this is Alex Azzi with NBC Sports. Sue, I'll direct this one to you. Going down memory road a little bit when you were, I think, 16 at the time, what are your memories of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics in basketball in particular? I don't know how much of it was televised, but what are your memories of that time period?
So my memory actually comes a little bit before the actual Olympics. Of course, I watched the Olympics. I remember the U.S. winning. I remember watching the team, do their victory lap carrying the flag. I remember all that. But for me, I actually got to go. They were on a tour the year prior, leading to that moment. So I actually got to go see them play an exhibition game. It was in Philadelphia at the Palestra, and my AAU coach took a bunch of us. Was like, the national team's playing, let's go. And that was, I kind of look back on that, and I think I was like 14, 15 years old, and it really was my first see it be it moment. I got to see Jen Azzi live, and we look alike, so it literally was a see it be it moment, because it was like, oh, like here's this player, kind of the same size, same build, and she's able to do it. And remember, there was no WNBA, so for us in that time frame, that generation, you were really looking to the Olympics as the ultimate goal, as the end all be all. There was no professional league, so that was it. So for me, that's what that, it ended up being the 96 Olympic team, but it really was the 95, 96 national team when they went on that year tour. That's what that kind of time frame represents to me. It was the first time it really put it on the map.
In terms of going to the Olympics, it'll be a different experience just because of COVID. Dawn said earlier that the more Olympics you go to, you kind of learn how to, quote, trim the fat, and you're focused on the medal. There's less sort of the other experiences. But I'm curious, does the fact that there is going to sort of be less outside of the games itself do something for these younger players in terms of their longer mindset and being prepared for future Olympics and sort of that mental aspect?
I mean, we've talked about it a lot. It's just going to be a different type of setting that we're in. And I think, obviously playing in the bubble in the WNBA has kind of prepared all of us to be in that, mindset of it's really just your team, your delegation, and we're there to really do one thing, and that's to compete at the highest level and to win a gold medal. So I think that might be an advantage for us in some ways, where there's not going to be fans, and the setting will be a little bit the same. So if anything, that might help us a little bit.
So Diana, is it possible to get you to elaborate any more about what you've been going through with this hip injury, and are you going to play in the All Star Game?
I mean, I got back from the sternal fracture, felt good, and I had a little bit of a setback in practice with it's just a hip, pretty much a hip pointer, and I probably won't play. My goal is to be ready for the Olympics, and preparation is key. So at this point, I think in my career, being ready for Tokyo is what's best for our team and me. So, I'm taking it day by day. I'm getting better, and I'll be fine once the real games start.
What it means to be, this is for the Olympics, to be going for 5. It's a record for both you guys, and the fact that you've always been together and what that's been like.
I mean, we talk about it all the time. We're asked this question a lot, and it's not often you get to do what you love with people you really care about and you have a great friendship with, beyond the court. And, we've been able to do it together every step of the way. And there's this confidence and this trust factor that you have when you're on the court and you're going into an Olympics with one goal. And, I think we share the same sentiment. We wouldn't want anyone else in these chairs but us. So, there's a great feeling behind it, and, we're lucky.